What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your man ChazzEllis once again. And I've had a lot of ladies ask me how they can get a guy to become obsessed with them, how they can get a guy to really want to be with them without trying to bow down to the guy, without kissing his feet, without doing all that other stuff that people talk about. How can I be me even if I'm the type of person who really doesn't bend, really doesn't bow, isn't willing to do any of that stuff? How can I be me and still get a guy to be obsessed with me? Basically, to do that, you're going to have to challenge that person. Now, let me say this first off. The things I'm going to talk about are not going to work if you're dealing with somebody who's broke, living in their mama's basement, who doesn't have the ability to meet the challenges. So some of y'all are going to ask me, well, I tried that on. Look, it's not going to work if the person does not have the ability to meet the challenges. If you're dealing with somebody who's married to somebody else at the time, if you're dealing with somebody who doesn't have the financial wherewithal, if you're dealing with somebody who is really has super low self-esteem, things of that nature, it's not going to work on somebody with some of these issues. But what I will show you how to do is challenge people who are in a position to meet the challenges so that they will actually become obsessed with you. Number one, set the standard. What I mean by that is you have to hold a person's feet to the fire when they tell you they're going to do something. This is not something you want to do in regards to the relationship and how the relationship moves. You want to do this basically when it comes to material things and things that a person promises you that they're going to get you. The reason you don't want to do it as far as the relationship is concerned is because it really just makes you look desperate. No, what you want to do is you want to hold their feet to the fire, especially when it comes to material things. This is how you challenge a man, by saying, here is the bar, reach it. If a guy says, I'm going to buy you a car, and then he pulls up with a scooter, if you let him give you that scooter and you take that scooter and you say, oh, that's fine, thanks, I really appreciate it. The reality is, next time you'll get a bike, and then after that, you'll get a skateboard. When you show a person that you are willing to take less than what you were supposed to get, it makes them continue to give you less and less and less and less. They start feeling like, well, you're just happy to be here, and they just don't put forth the effort. Like I told you before, clearly this isn't going to work on a dude that's living in his mom's basement that gets $20 a week in allowance. He's not going to be able to meet any challenges, and anything he promises you, he's never going to be able to follow through on. But if you're with somebody who can meet the challenges, sometimes they'll give you a little bit less because they want to see what they can do and what they can get away with. Don't accept that. Don't allow it. Make sure you call them on it like, hey, you said car, I got a scooter. That ain't me. Do I look like a scooter type of girl to you? I'm just being real. Number two, do for self. What do I mean? When somebody promises you something like, I'm going to take you on a trip to Vegas, baby. We going to Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And you're like, oh my God, I'm so happy. Yay, we going to Vegas. And then next thing you know, they're like, oh, well, I don't really have time for that, You know what? Instead of going to Vegas, how about we go to the water park real quick? Dog, you tripping? What's up? Nah, instead of tripping off of it, you've already told them, hey, I thought we were going to Vegas. That's what I wanted to do. Now do for self. Get a trip to Vegas for you and your family, or you and your friends, or whoever the hell you want to take. If you want to take your dog to Vegas, take your dog. Don't take them. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you want to take to Vegas, take to Vegas. Enjoy yourself. I'm not saying go take another dude to Vegas and try to get somebody jealous. That just looks pathetic and desperate. Take friends. Take people that you're cool with. Go to Vegas on your own. Because what a lot of women do is they have this, I don't need you, I just want you in my life, I don't need you, I could go get my own trip, I could buy my own car, but then they never do it. Those are just words. You're an adult. Being able to buy your own trip to Vegas really isn't a big deal, and it isn't anything to hang your hat on. Being able to buy your own car isn't really a big deal, and it's nothing to hang your hat on. But if you actually do it, it just shows the person that you are living your life without them. If they choose not to do the things that they said they were going to do, you can actually live your life without them. You can enjoy yourself. It shows a certain level of independence and self-sufficiency that makes a person actually want to be with you and think that you can actually help them going forward. Number three, do for him. Now, this one is probably not going to be as well received as the other two. because the other two require you to get upset about what you didn't get or talk about what you didn't get and do things for your own self. Most women are really on board with this and they're like, yay, that's what I wanted to hear. So this is going to be the ones that people will most likely talk about the most. Like, number 2, that was so real. Number 3 is one that's gonna help you going forward in relationships. When I say do for him, when you do for somebody else, it sets the standard for what you expect, and it also shows what you bring to the table. You are going to challenge somebody, like I said, somebody who has their stuff together. If this person doesn't have anything and you're doing for them, they don't have anything. They can't meet the challenge. But if they have things and you do for them, what it shows them is, here's the level that I'm operating at, and here's what I'm able to do. I'm not just going to tell you how I can do for myself and how I can do things that I want to do. I can also help you do things that you want to do. Here's what I'm able to do in terms of gift giving, in terms of the treatment that I'm able to give you. I'm able to put myself on a certain level. What I make and what I do and what I've accomplished has reward to whoever I'm with. When you show somebody that, it challenges them. When you're talking about a man, especially a man who has some success in their life, they don't want their woman one-upping them in terms of the gift giving. They don't want to be walking around with a watch that their girl bought them, and they're like, oh, what did you get her? Oh, I got her a flower. They don't know man who is successful in life wants to do that. It makes him feel bad. It makes him feel like, if you bought me a watch, I need to buy you a car. It's not like I'm trying to one up you to put you down, but it's like, I want to make sure you know that, hey, I'm improving your life. I'm not just over here along for the ride. The type of dude that wants to be along for the ride is the type of dude that can't do anything but be along for the ride. Number 4, positive past. When you talk about all of the bad things that have happened to you in life and how everybody did you wrong, that doesn't challenge a guy to do better. I mean, unless he's a dude that doesn't have anything going for him and he's got to try to stick his chest out by putting down other guys, he's going to feel like, wait a minute, I'm a top-notch dude and all you keep telling me about is all these broke, loser, lame dudes who dogged you out in the past, and now I'm getting their leftovers. I know that sounded harsh, but I'm keeping it a buck. That's how guys feel about that. Just like you probably feel the same way. Like, what if a dude asked 5 girls to marry him before you? They all turned him down. And now he's like, well, I got a ring for you though, huh? No? You're like, it's the same ring. Well, look, think about it. What you're doing is the same thing. So you want to make sure that you present a positive past. You ain't necessarily got to lie, but you can spin the truth to where it fits the narrative that you want, which is what you're probably doing anyway, but you're just doing it for a sob story. Sob stories don't challenge somebody to do better. Showing somebody that, you know what, I had these people, they were cool and everything, but here's what I wanted in my life. Here's what I want to accomplish. Here's who I wanted to be with. No, I don't have these bad stories. I don't have this negative stuff over here. Nope. I want a certain type of person. I don't know if you can meet that or not, but that's what I'm looking for. When you show somebody that, it shows them that they're actually lucky to be with you, and they start feeling like they've been picked rather than they just got what was left over or picked over. Number 5, let it flow. Every time you do something for somebody doesn't mean you're going to get something in return right away. Stop talking about, well, when are we going to get married? We went and met your family. When are we going to get married? I cooked you a meal. When are we going to get married? I did this, I did that. When are we going to be in a real relationship? Blah, blah, blah. When you're acting like this, it's basically telling somebody that you have nothing else. This does not inspire somebody. This does not challenge somebody. When you're in a situation where you're constantly trying to get somebody to be in a relationship with you, constantly trying to push the relationship, it shows that you're desperate and you don't have a lot. Because if you had a lot, you'd be like, well, maybe I'll get in a relationship. Maybe I'll get married. I don't know. Let me think about it for a little while. Yeah, if you ask, I might. Well, it's not that big of a deal. I'm just chilling right now. And if you're holding them to certain standards and you're having them put forth the effort, the reality is they're going to want to get return on their effort. No dude wants to buy you a Mercedes and then have you break up with them. The thing that's going to cause a guy to want to get married to you, the thing that's going to cause a guy to want to be in a serious relationship is you doing all the things I talked about. When you have that standard, when you're doing for yourself, when you're doing for them, when you're doing all the things that I talked about, you have already had a positive past that they think you might go back to. This is the type of thing that makes a dude want to sew you up, tie you up so you can't get back with somebody else. So you can't go do all the good things that you've been doing for them for some other dude. Especially when you're not putting it on the table all the time and making him think he can do it whenever he wants to. If a guy doesn't know whether or not you're willing to be serious about him, he's going to try to make you be serious. Think about it this way. How many guys do you know would bend over backwards to sleep with a 5 but wouldn't walk across the street to be in a relationship with a 10? Why do you think that is? Because the 5 is treating her body like it's the best thing in the world and he got to work for it. The 10 is treating a relationship like it's some stuff she got to give away and force people to take. Come on, come on. It's like fruitcake during the Christmas season. Take the fruitcake, take the fruitcake. But when somebody got sweet potato pie, they don't want to give anybody any. You know, that's kind of how it is. Make sure you treat your relationship status in the same way. Everybody can't just be in a relationship with you just because they're spending time with you. You got to make that the new pillar. You got to make that the new mountain to climb. If you do that, not only will guys become obsessed with you, they'll start begging you for relationships. They'll start begging you to take the next step. If you continue to do what you've been doing, which is push for relationships, push for the next step, then they'll always treat you like you're bothering them. Hopefully I was able to help you out. Once again, it's your man, Chaz Ellis. Make sure you like and subscribe and also share this video with somebody else. If you need extra help, make sure you go to the ChazzEllisProject.com, get a detailed question or a consultation so I can help you out a little bit further. It's your man, Chaz Ellis. Peace.